Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. Today, I am talking all about this winter arc trend. I have fallen down the rabbit hole with it, y'all, and I just want to share about mine, some goals that I have coming up that I really want to work hard on for these last 3 months of the year so I can be ready for 2025. I can't do my normal intro. So if you just want to hang out, keep watching this video and consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I am coming down with the sniffles. So if I sound congested, it's because I am. I took a walk after work today and that's when I felt it come on. And now I'm in like full-fledged sniffle sneeze mode. So hope it's nothing serious. I'm not going to claim it. So I'm going to take some emergency and we're going to call it a day. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section or the chat, whichever you prefer. And we are going to get this show on the road. So outside of makeup and beauty, I watch a lot of self-improvement, glow up content, as we will call it. I started seeing in my timeline all of these videos about the winter arc, and I had never heard that term before. So of course I clicked on the video and I was like, okay, this really aligns with my thinking because I used to be the type of person that would make New Year's resolutions and I would go really hard on them. And then, 3 weeks in, you kind of fall back a little bit. And then there would be certain times in the year where I said, oh, this year is a wash. I'm just going to start next year. And I got out of that and began to just realize that all of your time is valuable no matter what day you start. So just start, and it doesn't matter if it's in December or June or October. Your time is not wasted if you start today. And I saw something on Instagram that said a year from now, you'll be glad you started today. This whole concept of the winter arc really aligns with my thinking because habits take a long time to build, some longer than others. Getting a jump start now in these last 3 months of the year is going to set my next year up for success because I'm already going to have some pretty good habits. So let's first talk about what the winter arc is. I'm going to talk a bit. Yeah. You get an ice cream sandwich? Yeah. Yep. Can I get two? No, get one. I'm going to talk about what the winter arc is. I'm going to talk about how I'm breaking my goals down, how I'm going to prepare for them, and how I am going to hold myself accountable. So that's kind of how this is going to be broken down. And this is not going to be so aesthetic like a lot of the content I watch. When I watch a lot of glow up content, it's like so aesthetically beautiful and all that kind of stuff. A couple of things that I noticed is that not all, but a lot of these content creators, this is what they do as a full-time job. So they've got like the optimal setting and all of that. I don't have that. And the other thing that I notice is that most of the glow up content that I see are from younger creators. It's kind of wild to me that they're so young talking about reinventing themselves and glowing up. And I'm like, I was not thinking about that in my 20s or my 30s for that matter. I think that it really started when I got to 40. I hope that this video will reach some of us out here that are 40 that are a little more, I would say, set in our ways, or there's just certain things in our lives that fitting all of these goals and things like this can be a challenge. If you have kids and things like that. I'm not saying young people don't have challenges because they do. I keep looking for over 40 content and I'm not really seeing it at all. It's just few and far between. That's just an aside. So let's talk about what is the winter arc. I think this term may have just been coined this year. I'm not sure, but I've never heard of it before, or it may have been called something else before. You know how things take on different names, but it's something old. It's nothing new under the sun, right? It's just basically taking the coldest and darkest months of the year to lock in, dial in, go hard, focus on your goals so that you will be ready in 2025. So when people start talking about this new year, new me concept, you're already ahead of the game because you started 3 months earlier implementing habits, building habits, seeing what works, what doesn't. If you do get to that point in January where you fall back a little bit, you're not falling back to square one. You've already built that foundation during the winter arc. So it supposedly starts on October 1st, but you know what? My winter arc started on October 7th. That was my official start date. And whatever day you start is when you start. I'm not going to get caught up in the timeline or whatever. It's just a 90-day period. And if you start in November, I mean, you're going to have like a 60-day period, and that's cool too. When it gets darker outside, when it's colder outside, sometimes we can become less motivated. We may become homebodies. We may not want to work out. We may want to sleep in a little bit longer. We have the holidays, there are parties. Sometimes our eating habits get off track and then we want to start over. So then you got, the new year, new me, you have the dry January and all of those things. But instead of giving into all of that, we're going to take all of that and just become or work on becoming better versions of ourselves. That's really the whole concept of it all. And I'm excited about it. I would like to share the things that I've started doing. My goals may be a little bit ambitious. I don't think that they are. Some people say to focus just on one area, like you don't want to spread yourself out too much or make too many goals. But I kind of have to do a couple areas. So I actually have 5 areas. Under each area, like I have a bunch of goals. I'm only going to focus on 1 or 2 things within that area. And I think that if I do these things, it is going to help me tremendously. Areas are health, which is so broad, right? Style, faith, home, and family. I'm not going to go in that order, but those are the 5 areas of my life that are very important to me. I just want to tackle a couple of things in these areas. So let's start with health. Now, health is the biggest one, right? There's so many things. There's mental health, there's physical health. A lot of these things that I am talking about are going to help both aspects. And I'm going to be very vulnerable in this video. The first thing that I am going to do, and I've already started doing it, is I am going to be restricting how much alcohol I consume. It's something that I need to do and want to do. Now, yesterday I went to the Wine Fest. There's going to be special events and things like that, but I am going to be restricting my alcohol during the week especially. I have made an association between drinking a glass of wine and relaxing, drinking a glass of wine and cooking, drinking a glass of wine and watching a show. I really want to break that association because I don't think it's healthy. Wine isn't the biggest issue for me. The biggest issue for me is Bacardi pineapple rum. That is like my favorite thing. And I love to have that, especially on the weekends, but I just don't have like a great tolerance. And I have recognized just through reflection how drinking has limited my productivity. It makes me feel relaxed, but then I really don't do anything. And then the next day, well, first of all, it messes up your REM sleep. The next day, I realized that sometimes my anxiety can be enhanced because of it. And not if I have like just a little bit of something to drink, but especially when I have the pineapple rum, I realize like my anxiety is a bit heightened. Managing my anxiety is really important to me. So I really want to limit anything that is going to make it worse. The other thing that I try to think about is like my purpose. I don't want to resort to having wine to relax. There's other things and there's other supplements, other activities that I can do to bring me down. That's what I want to investigate. And more importantly, it's also sometimes I think I get overwhelmed, especially with cleaning the house and with the boys and taking care of things. And sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. And that's one of the ways that I deal with it. But it's more important to go to the source about why am I trying to escape, because what happens is I relax and I'm cool and I don't do anything. And it's like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm not stressed. But then the next day I'm overwhelmed again because I didn't do anything about anything that I'm trying to tackle with the house, if that makes sense, or with the boys. So I'm cutting that back only on weekends and probably just sticking to wine. And that's going to be it. My little low carb wine. I just had my physical, and metabolically, I'm very healthy. I went over my eating plan with my doctor, and all of that's pretty good. I'm supposed to be adding in more protein. I am going to try to do that. I have been trying to do that already. The no wine during the week has already started. I want to be in bed by 10, and I want to wake up at 5. I have been getting up at 5:30, but sometimes I press snooze. Sometimes I'm in bed at like 10:30. 9:30 would be optimal, but I don't think that's realistic for me. But I think 10 o'clock is very doable. I don't want to have a whole lot to do after the boys go down. I want to be able to maybe enjoy a show and then go to bed. I want to wake up at 5. And what I do at 5 could be different things. I might work out. I might not. I might edit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I wake up at 5, but there will be something for me to do. That's the second goal. And then my third goal is about my exercise. I really love walking. I do a lot of that. But the one thing that I need to do is lift weights. I want to get stronger and I want to get toned and more lean. But I know in order to do that, I need to lift weights. And especially over 40, I just noticed my body is just changing, and it hasn't been as easy for me to drop the weight. But I think what's holding me back from getting to my optimal weight is probably my alcohol intake. And even if I'm not intaking a lot, I just think it just stops all your good processes from working. That kind of has a benefit with so many things in my life. I'm going to be adding in some weights and some strength exercises. I've already started doing that. I have weights here. My school's doing a Pilates class twice a week. So I've gone twice. I'm not going every time. Today I decided to walk because it was so nice outside, but I am adding in those strength exercises to just, get me where I want to be. I want to get these arms together. I'm trying to get my butt together. So all of that. And I know that lifting weights is the missing component to my exercise routine. It's not all about the cardio. Those are my health goals. So that had 3. It's a lot, but there are things that I can do and that I've already started doing. I prepared for these by finishing my pineapple rum, and I'm not buying anymore. Not just buying wine during the week. Trying to be organized with the boys in the routine so I can get in bed at 10. As far as the weights, I got them. They're right in my room. So I have everything that I need for that. Let's move on to the next category. Now, the next category is going to deal with my faith. So I have to thank August for this because lately I have really been pursuing my faith. I grew up believing in God, but not really realizing like this is an active relationship. This is something that is not just on Sunday. I didn't go to church as a kid or anything like that. We didn't really talk about God in my home at all. So anything as far as faith, that's something that I've built myself. I chose to send August to a Christian school, and he's been there since he has been 2 years old. A few months ago, he was like, can we try my church? Because he had been going to church with my father-in-law, and they did their communion and everything. And I was just like, okay. And that just changed everything for me. And I'm like, I can't believe all this time, because the school is a mission of the church, I can't believe that all this time I was missing out on this experience. And I don't like to miss a Sunday. I enjoy it so much. It's just like, come as you are. It has just been such a wonderful experience for me that I just want more and to know more. So very excited about that. It's really changing me, I have to say. One of the things, my goal is to do a Bible study. I actually bought this book like 6 months ago. It's The Bible in 52 Weeks, a year-long Bible study for women. and I'll put a link. It's by Dr. Kimberly D. Moore. So they give you the sections to read, and then you have some reflective questions and then actions for the week. So I'm really excited. I want to start this tonight, actually. I have a download of the Bible on Audible. It's like, I'll have to put a link to this too. It sounds like a movie, you know, it has like sound in the background and sound effects and stuff like that. So, because I like to listen to books, but I also like to have the physical book as well. So I did purchase a new Bible because I wanted one that had big print. I'll put the link to this too if you're interested. And this is the English Standard Version, ESV. I went down the rabbit hole on all the different types of Bibles there are, but I love the cover of this one. And I purchased Bible tabs. So I have tabs because this is what, like 66 books in the Bible, which I didn't realize. But I put these tabs on here so I can find what I need easily. And this has the red letters for when Jesus talks, and it has big print. So happy about that, because I realized like my eyes are changing a little bit, and the Bible that I had, the print was just super small. So this is going to be great. I'm so excited to start that. And the second thing that I just want to do is make sure that I'm praying morning and night. And I do pray in the morning, but at night, sometimes I forget. So those are my faith goals. So let's move on to style. I'm struggling in the style category, y'all. Like right now, I'm just not happy with anything. And I don't know if it's like a midlife crisis. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not happy. I just want to change things. The main thing that because we can be talking about style for a long time. That's hair, that's beauty, makeup. I mean, it's clothes, but I am focusing on one thing, and that is to keep my nails done and paint my toes. You know my struggle if you've been here. Like, I paint my nails, I try, they get messed up super fast. It's a very frustrating thing because it's time consuming and I'm really not sitting still that much. I'm always doing something. I tried these press-ons a couple months ago and liked them, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go back to that. So I got these press-ons from Etsy, and I'll link that, but look how cute they are. They are cat eye press-ons, kind of a ombre. And I just think they're super cute. They took me like 10 minutes to put on. You can get a sizing kit, or they tell you how to measure for what size that you need. And when I wore these before, I had these on for three weeks, and I had to take them off with nail remover glue. They were not coming off. They do have press-on toenails, but I don't really want to do press-on toenails. So I did paint my toenails with a Cleona polish. I've had it for a long time, and so I did that. So my nails are done, my toes are done. I like to go for a pedicure maybe like once a month. That would be ideal. That is it for style. We will figure out the rest as we figure it out. My next category is about my home. Okay, y'all, my room. I'm not even starting with my room because that's a goal in itself. I want to start with not living out of hampers. I want to catch up on all of these clothes that I've washed, all this laundry. I want to get the hampers and have like garbage cans with clothes in it, like new ones, of course. I have clothes on my couch in the basement. I want to get rid of that. And I want to do this because, one, no one wants to be backed up on laundry. Living out of a hamper does not help me prepare for the next day. It doesn't allow me to have the boys prepare their clothes, because they don't know where anything is because they're in hampers. So I've already started this, but I prepared to do this by committing 10 to 20 minutes a day to put an extra basket of clothes away. I'm putting away clothes more than I wash them. I just blew my nose, so my nose might be red. I've made a huge dent in the clothes that I've put away already. So whatever I show for the B-roll, that's like with some progress, but the progress is being made. I'm just excited about it. So lately it's just been easier for the boys to get their outfits out, their uniforms, and I can show them where everything is because they need to be a part of the getting ready process. Part of the thing is I'm working harder than them. I'm always running around, and I'm like, I can't have them pick out clothes because they don't know where they are. So how can I make this easier for myself by getting them involved? And in order to get them involved, I have to have the clothes put away. And in that, I have been donating clothes to Purple Heart. I mean, there's clothes that haven't been put away for so long that nobody can even wear them anymore, which is a shame. I'm just trying to get my basement to be usable because I got it waterproof 2 years ago, and procrastination, I still haven't gotten everything taken care of down there. It's getting there, but I've just procrastinated. So in order for me to get the lights put up, get things painted, I need to clear out down there. And one of the things that need to be cleared out are the clothes. So that's the basement and the laundry room. So that is my home goal right now. I'm strictly focusing on not living out of hampers. There's a lot of other things I can focus on, but this one is time consuming. So I'm going to dedicate the time to do that during this winter arc. And my last goal is with my family. I really want us to have less screen time, and that's been a huge struggle with Marky more so than August, but it's a struggle nonetheless with both and with myself. So I am adding in some family activities. One, we already started. We're going to be reading the Magic Treehouse book series. I don't know if we're going to read all of them, but we're on book 1 right now. They don't seem to enjoy it, but I don't really care. Like, it's a time that we spend together, and I just asked them some questions about the book. They're not into it, and that's okay that they're not into it, but it is something that we're going to do that I think is going to be beneficial to them. You know, all the junk on TV, it's just, I'm looking at everything through a different lens right now. Even like the music I listen to, I'm just like, we become a part of our environment, you know, whether we like it or not. Our subconscious hears and takes in all of that stuff, and I just need to have a balance for me, and I know that the boys need that balance as well. I want to start cooking with them once a week. So we did fried chicken. That's what August wanted. And we did that. And, you know, I don't know if they really enjoyed it or not, but I think these times are really important. Coming together, working on something together is important to me, and balancing that with the screen time. Because everybody likes some screen time, but there are some improvements that we need to make. So let me recap all my goals again and make sure that they're reasonable for me, because it's a lot. It's like 7 things. I have 3 for health, so no pineapple rum and no wine during the week. Go to bed by 10, wake up at 5. Moving daily, especially adding in weights, that's 3. For faith, we got the Bible study, that's 4. Praying in the morning, at night, that's 5. Keeping my nails and feet done, that's 6. 1 basket of clothes a day, that's 7. And then family activities, I'm just going to leave that as 8. I don't need to put both of them, because as long as we do one of those, I mean, I'd like to do both, but if I do one, because the Magic Treehouse is daily. So let's just focus on the Magic Treehouse, and I'll add in the cooking when I can. It is October, what? I just think that adding these habits into my life is going to be really great. And I'm so excited because I've already started. I kind of prepare for all of this stuff. I mean, with the food, you know, it's just a matter of having what I need to have in the house or not having it in the house. With bed, that's being organized and pulling the boys into helping me organize for the next day, so I'm not waiting until they go to bed to do it. The weights, I've got the weights. I've got everything that I need to do for strength training. I got my Bible, so I prepared with all of that. I got my press-ons. I ordered another pair. There's 2 more pairs that I want to have like a fall theme. They're so cute. As far as what I do with the hampers, I bring 1 basket up a day. I have one out there now that I'm getting ready to go put away. And I ordered books for us to read. I've got the Magic Treehouse series 1 to 4. Those are my goals. That's how I prepared. How am I going to hold myself accountable? I was thinking about making a checklist or like a calendar or something like that with the goals. I think something that's some type of checkbox or something, like Monday and then all these 8 goals, and then like, did I do them, and just check them off. I'm the type of person that I get happy about checking things off of a list. So for me, like a physical list would be really great. And that's how I can hold myself accountable. I think seeing it out there, like with the month and then the days that I have built these habits and checked them off, that's very motivational for me. And because I like that visual, I like how that looks. and, you know, just tweaking things if they're not working. But I think these are going to work. And even though it's 8 things, if I really lock in on this, and this is always at the forefront for me, I know that I can do it. Another thing that I think will go with preparation is curating my YouTube timeline. And I already have, because now I'm looking for makeup stuff and can't find it because no makeup stuff is coming up for me. It's all self-improvement stuff, things about being Christian. It's all kinds of other things other than makeup and beauty. So that's also really helped me, because if I do end up scrolling, a lot of stuff that I end up scrolling about is focused on the things that I'm trying to improve. So yeah, I think accountability is going to be a checklist. I think that would really feel good. So I can go ahead and get that together. But let me know what you think about this trend. I don't want to call it a trend, but that's what it is right now. But I'm sure that this is something that people have been doing. It's just gone viral on social media, and now it's a thing. But I think that getting started as soon as you can, no matter what time of year it is important, and not putting so much pressure on ourselves for January 1st, because then we get let down and then we feel like, oh, like the whole year is a waste. And that's not even true. Even if you feel like you wasted the whole year and you just start these last 3 months or the last month, it is never a waste. Time is the most treasured thing that we have. So don't wait, start now. You can make little changes that really add up and start building those habits, because I think it says like it takes 3 weeks or something like that to build a habit. Yeah, we can create these positive habits and ditch some of these negative ones, or I can ditch some of these negative ones that I feel like I've developed. This has really helped me reflect and think about a vision for myself. Where do I see myself? What do I want to look like? And I've talked about this stuff before, but there's something that feels really different this time around. I'm so excited. So let me know if you have any goals that you really want to lock in and go hard on for this last quarter of 2024. I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I don't want it to be too long, but I really do hope that this is inspiring. I'm trying to be realistic here. I don't have this like aesthetic going on. This is just like real life single mom stuff that I'm really trying to pull it together and get it together so that I'm the healthiest, the fittest that I can be, and having that organization. And I just want to be the best example that I can be for my kids, so that's where I'm at. And I'd love to keep this conversation going. Let me know if you enjoy this type of content from me. I know it's way different than what I usually have on here, but this is what I'm into right now. And that's it, y'all. So let's keep it going in the comment section, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Go on, blah,